video is going to be on parallel and perpendicular lines. So I have a line right here, an equation, y equals 5x plus 2. In this equation, I first need to identify what the slope is, because when we find parallel and perpendicular lines, the important thing to be able to do is to find the slope. So when I think of finding slope, I want to think of my equation y equals mx plus b, and whatever is plugged in for the m slot is my slope. Now what is plugged in for the m slot, what number right now, is a 5, okay? So that 5 is my slope, and I'm going to use 5 to find the rest of the things that I need. If 5 is my slope, I need to find a parallel slope to this line. So I'm trying to find a parallel slope to this line. If the slope is 5, parallel slopes are the same slope. So parallel slopes are equal slopes. So in order to do that, my slope would be m equals 5 for this one. M would equal 5 because they need to be the same. They need to be the same. Now for perpendicular lines, it's a little bit different. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. What that means, opposite means one's positive, one's negative. And reciprocal means you flip the top and bottom. You flip the top and bottom. Now, what does that mean for something like 5? 5 is actually over 1. If this was our slope, we would rise 5 and run 1. So it needs to be opposite reciprocal. If it's positive, then my slope now needs to be negative. So m would equal a negative for sure, I know. And then if I flip this, this is really a 5 over 1. It would be negative 1/5 would be a perpendicular slope. So if I'm comparing two different slopes, if the slopes are the same, then they're parallel. If one slope is opposite reciprocal of the other slope, like if it was negative 1/5 for one slope and the other one is 5, then I would know that the slopes are perpendicular. Now if it's any other number other than 5 or negative 1/5, it's just a neither slope. Neither can be any number that we use. I'm going to use, I don't know, negative 2 as my neither. A slope of negative 2 would mean it's neither, which means they don't have any relationship. The lines would just intersect. This video should help you figure out parallel and perpendicular lines and how to compare slopes to find them together.